In preparation for our dissection, let's learn some specifics about clamworms. Clamworms are distributed widely across coastal regions. They are common in marine and estuary waters along the west, east, and Gulf coasts. Some species can be found in the intertidal zone among rocks or in mudflats and in sandflats of higher salinity waters. That means a lot of salt. Others are found in marshes. Clamworms are commonly found in a variety of marine habitats such as sandflats, mudflats, shellfish beds, and algal mats. Some species of clamworms can also be found living among barnacles and algae on man-made structures such as docks and pilings. So you see here, that's a picture of mudflats. This is a shellfish bed. Look at all those mollusks. This is an algal mat. And then you're probably familiar with docks and pilings. Clamworms are segmented worms belonging to the class Polychaeta, meaning many bristles. Each body segment has a pair of small paddle-shaped appendages called parapodia. These parapodia have tiny hair or bristle extensions too. Clamworms have 4 pairs of tentacles, 1 pair of antennae, and 1 pair of fleshy lobes or palps on the head region. The common clamworm can reach up to 15 centimeters in length, but most specimens are smaller than this. It is brown-colored at the posterior and reddish-brown on the rest of its body. Clamworms are also known as ragworms or sandworms. During lunar phases in the spring and early summer, the clamworm is ready to reproduce. Gamete-producing cells release sperm and eggs into the body cavity of the clamworm. At the same time, their parapodia get bigger so they can swim in the open water. When the lunar cycle is right, the clamworms swim up to the top of the sea and their bodies rupture, releasing sperm and eggs into the water. Fertilization is external. Soon after they have released their gametes, the clamworms die. This reproduction usually occurs during the full moon, high tides of the spring. The benthic community is made up of organisms that live in and on the bottom of the ocean floor. Benthic animals are much more abundant in the shallower waters off the coast. In the shallow water, the dead food material is more abundant because there is a higher population of organisms near the surface in this area. Clamworms play an important ecological role in the lower food web. They eat algae and small invertebrates such as other worms and serve as food for larger invertebrates and other bottom-feeding fish. When feeding, the clamworm extends its proboscis, which contains hook-like jaws to grasp its prey. It then retracts the proboscis to draw the food into its mouth. And we're done.